This is the Rangers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that was not the sweep that we were looking for, as unfortunately the Rangers fall to the Mets in 10 innings by the final of 5-2. They had their chances. They had a couple of them, runner on third with one out in the ninth and in the 10th, and they did not get it done. And to the Mets' credit, it's a team that was in the midst of an 8-game losing streak when they were really spiraling at home, and they got the big hit. I think aside from the offensive issues that we're going to get into, for me, the first guess was having Luis Crivello come out there and pitch in the 10th inning. I know Bruce is trying to spread out the bullpen and trying to give him an opportunity to succeed in a high leverage spot, but that's I think he may have been a little bit overexposed in that scenario. And so, hey, you know what? I mean, the good news is the Astros lost. Yeah, the Mariners won big, but the Astros lost, and now the Rangers will open up the 3-game showdown in Houston, and hopefully they'll have a chance to get back in it and gain more ground and find a way to win. They got to keep winning. Tough one today, but they need to bounce back. They need to keep winning, and they need to get it done starting tomorrow night. All right, let's get to it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, we're going to talk about the loss 5-2 in 10 innings, the walk-off loss. Pete Alonso with the 3-run home run off of Luis Crivello to end it and to win it, and that was that. Again, I thought, Jake, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Jacob Latz. We're going to talk about the offensive woes, and we'll look ahead to the series tomorrow night in Houston with the Astros. You know, I thought Jacob Latz really did a solid job. I mean, again, this guy has been trying to step into some pretty big shoes since the loss of Nate Eovaldi, who, by the way, is going to be re-examined. And, you know, if everything looks good, if the inflammation and the stress on that rotator flare-up or the shoulder flare-up, I mean, if it's calmed down, there's a chance we might be able to see him in the postseason. We'll see. They need to get there, though, first. And I thought that, again, Jacob did his part to keep them in the game. I mean, you can't ask much more than that. And I thought after that, even when the Rangers fell behind 2-0, just like yesterday, I really did. I thought they were going to find a way to come back. I thought they were going to find a way to rally, and they did. They rallied to tie the game with 2 runs in the 7th, but they just could not get that big hit when they needed to in the 8th inning. I'm sorry, in the 9th inning. I keep saying that, the 8th inning. In the 9th inning and the 10th inning. But, yeah, I mean, you look at the bullpen today. I mean, Bruce went through everybody. So other than Maton, which I don't think he wanted to, you know, I think he felt like he had to give Cervello a shot and let him have an opportunity to succeed. And it didn't work out that way. And Pete Alonso took him deep. But really, though, it should not have come to that issue of scoring with runners and getting a hit with a runner in scoring position or at third base. It's been a bugaboo for this team for most of the season. Thought they had kind of turned the corner, but they didn't today, and they weren't able to get the big hit.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Yeah, I mean, there were really 2 of them. Top of the 9th with Higgy getting the leadoff hit. Ezekiel Duran did his part, stole second, moved over on the bunt by Freeman, and then Smith lined out into that double play, and that killed that. So just, all you need to do is get the ball in the air and you're going to get the go-ahead run. Just lift the ball into the outfield. The one thing you couldn't do is hit into a double play. Hard to script that, right? And then in the 10th inning, again, 2-on, Smith, though, ended up getting over to third. And with 1 on, 1 out, Adolis had that check swing strikeout, and Rowdy Tellez fouled out to third. And that was the ball game until Alonso came up and hit the 3-run homer in the bottom of the 10th. So tough day. It was a great run. It's not over yet. I'm not saying it's over, but didn't want to see it end the way that it did today. But bottom line is the Rangers got to bounce back tomorrow. They got to get that first win in Houston and just keep winning and hope that the Mariners will slow down. When it looked like they might be ready to collapse and to choke, talking about Seattle, to their credit, they are bouncing back and they're playing well and they're winning. And that's what the Rangers need to do. The Rangers need to keep winning, and they need to hope, like we said, that Seattle or Houston or both will trip up. The Mariners have been playing at home. They're off tomorrow. So whoever wins tomorrow night between the Rangers and Astros will have the opportunity to gain ground. And then Seattle will open up a series in Kansas City, and that won't be a gimme. So, we'll see. Great opportunity, though. The Rangers need to do what's right in front of them, and that's win in Houston against the Astros. All right, when we come back, I set it up so you guys could comment even though I'm late. So when we come back, I'm going to get into some of your comments. We'll do that when we return. This is the Rangers Postcast. Well, as you know, football season is here, and it's the NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. And the cool thing is, it's quick, it's easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to Sunday. So if you are ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. And I also want to tell you about Prize Picks and what they're doing, because with Prize Picks, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. Now, you and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. So with football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. And lastly, I want to tell you about Nutrafol, because you've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. Well, there are so many products out there, it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. That's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root causes of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. And you can feel good about knowing Nutrafol is NSF certified and backed by peer-reviewed studies. So see thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Locked On MLB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Locked On MLB. All right, we are back. The Rangers postcast after the Rangers fall to the Mets in 10 innings by the final of 5-3. There is Alf. Good to see you, Alf. Thank you for jumping in. Hope you and Shirley had a good weekend aside from today. Alf pointing out that his Sooners won this weekend. Let's see. I want to keep going down here. Alf talking about admitting that last month you wanted to trade Jock Peterson for a bat boy. I'm glad we didn't. Yeah, you know what? I know he's going to hit some home runs eventually. Great to see him get the clutch hit today. I mean, that was huge, and that will help him for sure, even though they didn't win today. But yeah, it's just tough when they lose because they've been playing so well, and you really thought they were going to come back. They did. They tied it, and they had not one but two chances to win, and they didn't get it done. Mark is upset. Keith is out fishing. Says, man, Duran getting picked off in the ninth is unacceptable. Well, to his defense, I mean, he's trying to line drive and he's trying to break for home to score, but I agree. You got to have a heads up on that and see where the ball is and be able to tell that that's a line drive. Soldier X says, brutal loss. This is on Josh Smith, especially since the Astros lost. BB says, oh, well, bounce back from this one. TCG says, yuck. Mark says, just take 2 or 3 from the Astros. I would say yes, but how about the sweep? Why not? Let's go for that instead, right? And I know they will. Silent Doom says, need to get 2 out of 3 or a sweep. Because they play the M's after us. Yep, that's right. TCG says, I've been done with Josh Smith for a while now. Paul Cooper says, tough loss, but there's baseball tomorrow. Thank you, Paul, for that. Yeah, that was Cowboys. that was a good win for them. Ironically, both games against New York teams went extra, but only the Cowboys got the win, unfortunately. Isaac says Rangers couldn't quite beat their record win streak. Too bad that Josh Smith couldn't get Duran home with 1 out. Series win on the road, and they maintained with Houston at least. Can't wait for the Astros series tomorrow. Yeah, I'm with you. Isaac also pointing out if Hellman was in instead of Garcia today, I think they win. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair point. I think a lot of people are upset on Adolis coming back. Laura Berry says, I'm not thrilled to have Adolis back. He can be an automatic out unless all the cylinders are firing. Laura, the Cowboy Show, we are doing that at 7:30. In addition to that, I was doing the national radio broadcast for the Chiefs and the Eagles. So I had to get done with that and then wanted to do this. And then we're going to do the Cowboys here coming up. So that's why. But thank you. Thank you for asking. And yeah, I think as TCG points out, the good news is Adolis has been an Astros killer, especially in Houston. And he's going to come up big, especially after today. He's going to have a big hit in that series. So can't wait. Just can't wait for tomorrow. I mean, that's really it. I mean, that's That's it. Tough one today, but they've been playing so well. And look what they've been doing with their pitching. I mean, really, their pitching has been outstanding. Just need to get a little breather. I don't think they're going to face Hunter Brown in this series because he threw yesterday, so that will help. And they have an opportunity here to really. It's time. You got 12 games left to go. Got to win. Got to keep winning. That's it. So, anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate you hanging with me and putting up with the schedule. Appreciate it very much. Don't forget, check out Bryce Paterick and his show tomorrow. Bryce will be back. He'll have a lot to say about this weekend, and also he'll look ahead to the Astro series, and I will be back with you tomorrow night after game 1 in Houston. But final score today, the Rangers come up short. The streak is over for now. They fall to the Mets 5-2 in 10, but they had their chances, and they'll have a great chance to keep it going and bounce back tomorrow night when they take on the Astros. Talk to you after game 1. This has been the Rangers POSTCAST.